Hello everyone, welcome to 3ddesignacademy.com and another episode of Q&A session. Now in this segment, a viewer asked me about creating this particular form in Alias. I'm not sure what it is. It kind of looks like a speed form. It kind of almost reminds me of an umbrella handle. Well, let's go ahead and make this. Now the basic form for this is a tube. It kind of looks like a squished tube, but as you can see over here, it does taper or opens up as it goes towards the rear. So let's go ahead and see how to make that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to set up a curve over here. I'm just going to snap it over here on the grid like this so that I can set up a tube, well, essentially create a tube. Now, in order to do so, let's just go ahead and go to the rear view like this, or you can press F7. I'm just going to create a circle. Now, when you're creating a circle, you'll see that the structure is not even. It's not symmetrical. And because it's not, sometimes it's not a, well, it is not a perfect radius. So if you were to measure this, you'll see that it ranges from 149 point something. So basically it's not a perfect circle, which is fine. I would actually prefer to use a non-perfect circle because if you do have the construction options on with primitives and the curves on for the rational flags, it's going to be a little bit harder to model. That said, however, I am going to create a different circle and I'll show you why. So if you double click on the circle over here, you'll see that I'm able to actually make it into two segments. And if I make it into segments, usually I can bring down the degree to 5 and still have a pretty, have a circle that's pretty close to being perfect. So I'm just going to use this. So I'm just going to create one over here like this. And you'll see that the CV structure is a little bit different because it's actually segmented into two pieces. So I'm just going to make one over here and just copy and paste, and I'm going to snap one over here. I'm just going to skin between the two like this. Now do notice that I'm only making the top half. I'm just going to, well, actually you could do the bottom half too. Well, let's do this. Now, of course, I think it should be a little bit more elongated. So let me just grab these over here and I'm just going to scale it down a little bit. Make sure it's just pretty similar in size. I think something like that is pretty good. And I also do think that it looks a little bit squished. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my, actually, no proportional scale. Just going to use my right mouse button to squish it like that. I think that should be good. Now, of course, one side does have to be a little bit bigger. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make this one over here a little bit big. So let's just go ahead and grab it as an object, and I'm just going to scale it like that. So I think the basic shape is good. Of course, I do need to create this one. So let's go ahead and do that too. All right, so I'm just going to go to a side view. Now, when you're making this, do notice that I am making the circle this way, not, actually, let me just create a circle over here. Not this way. Oops, relative, let me say rotate. Okay, because I do want it to be symmetrical over here. So I'm just making it this way. This is going to ensure that it's, basically I'm building across the center like everything else in Alias. So that's nice and symmetrical about the center. So now let's create some curves for this. So I'm just going to go ahead and create a curve here, something like that. Of course, it looks like it does have a little bit of, I guess, curvature. Now, when you're doing this, you don't have to, this person has it going like blending over here. Well, actually, you know what? Let's make it something close. Okay, so it looks like this one starts past half over here. So maybe something like that. And this one over here. Let's bring the curve out so that I can actually grab it with the stretch tool. And I think it continues on like this. Now you don't have to make it, you don't have to make it tangent like this. It just has to be, somewhat similar. And I'm just going to grab, just copy. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me just, because I do think that this is actually past half over here. I'm just going to bring it down over here like this. I think that should be good. And I'm just going to copy and paste over here. And of course, this one is pretty close. So maybe I'll just lift it up just a little bit like that. So I think that should be good. And I think this side has to like rise up. So I'm going to make a curve for that too. Now, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to project over here and I'm going to project over here. And in order to make things a little bit simpler and cleaner, I am going to do a fit curve over here. Now, when you're doing a fit curve, you do have to be a little bit careful because, well, query history, I don't know why the option menu doesn't pop up. Okay, so I'm just going to make it 5 degrees. Actually, you know what? That's pretty close. It's only off by 0.0047. So I would say that's great. All right, so going to do the same thing over here. Same thing. But in order to get it a little bit more accurate, maybe I'll try. Okay, so degree 5 gives me a. It is actually, this is technical position. So you know what? I'm just going to take that. Okay. Now, if you don't want to be a little bit tighter, of course, you can add a little bit more degree. Maybe degree 6 actually makes it worse. I don't know why. Maybe you can try adding spans. So 2, 3. I wouldn't add more if possible. But since degree 5 gives me a 0.0047, I think that's actually pretty darn good. All right. So that made it easy. Okay, so let me just move these curves over there, and I'm just going to make sure that these are symmetrical. So let's just go ahead and turn symmetrical modeling on. Let's see. Okay, so that's good. So now I'm going to go ahead and just trim this one over here. And I do need a curve over here too. Now, if you look at this one, you'll notice that this has a little pop over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick this one as a curve, not as an object. I'm going to pick it as a curve. I'm just going to copy and paste like this. And I'm just going to use non-proportional scale to just raise it up just like that. All right, so let's actually make the shape. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a square. So 1, 2, and I'm going to pick the curve, not the surface, like this. Now, you'll notice that this is flat, which is fine, but let me just do an explicit control over here. So I'm just going to make this degree 5, like this. And now, I'm just going to, let's go ahead. Well, the continuity you shouldn't have to worry about because it should be tangent, if not curvature. Because, well, okay, so never mind, it fails, but that's okay. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to, first of all, turn symmetry modeling on, and I'm just going to push this down over here like this in order to create that shape. Now, you can push it down or you can always do a slide. In this case, I think slide might be a little bit better. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to move it like that in order to create the negative shape over here. Something like that. I think that's pretty good, pretty close. I think it has a little bit bias towards that side, so let's go ahead and do that. Now, another thing I'm going to do is right now you'll see that this CV didn't move, so I'm going to give that a little bit push as well. So let's do this one. However, I am going to do a slide because I would prefer this to match over here. So let's go ahead and oops, I'm going to grab this arrow over here. This one, just going to slide it like this, and I think that looks pretty good as well. Now, but you will notice that this is actually failing tangency. It's not by a lot though. So let's go ahead and check. So I'm just going to say show max level, show comb like this. It looks like it's failing tangency by 0.18, which is actually very good. So now I'm going to go ahead and make it tangent over here like this. Now, unfortunately, you won't be able to get a curvature. Whoa, what's going on? I'm going to say partial. And I'm going to also say vector. And I'm going to say view from Y. Okay. And the reason is because this is supposed to be a cylinder. If I check this, you'll see that it's actually failing curvature. And I don't know if it's actually possible to get curvature because if I do curvature alignment over here, the CV structure becomes broken. So I would actually prefer to keep it a tangent. and just leave it at that. Now, if you want it to be a curvature, you can always add a tube over here, just cut both sides and just add basically add a filler between the two. But for the basic shape, I think this is good. So if you look at this, even though this one doesn't naturally progress over here, I guess the shape is a little bit different, but well, you get the concept. So even if you see that this is not blending as much as over here, you'll see that this one blends in nicely with the rest of the body. Now, of course, because I did online, the construction history is deleted on that one, so you do have to do the symmetric modeling again. So I'm just going to turn symmetric modeling on, and you gotta find out which side is supposed to be your master. You want this side to be master, and as you can see, it's failing tangency. So what you want to do is flip master side, and it's going to be the one that basically it's going to mirror the side that you aligned to the other side, which should be good. All right, so now that's done. Let's go ahead and do the same thing over here. So I'm just going to do a square. So it's going to 1, 2, 3. But instead of using the fit curve, I'm going to use the square because the square is actually tangent to this surface. So I'm just going to do that. Again, same thing. I'm just going to turn symmetric modeling on, not surface fillet. Let's see, symmetric modeling is over here like that, and let's just push these down over here. So I'm just going to push that down. Again, I think there's a little bias towards that side, so let's push that down. And this one over here, I'm just going to slide it down like that, and there it is. I might push it down just a little bit more. Now, of course, you do have to play around the CV to make sure that it's the shape you want, but essentially, this is the basic idea behind this. So that's, I think that's a pretty clean execution. Oh, let me just make sure that's actually, okay, so I think it was probably just the shading that's causing this. Because this has no volume, it's a straight line, I think that might be causing that. But it should be continuous. Now that's not, however, I do need to make sure that it's actually tangent. Oh, okay, so it looks like this one retained the tangency without me having to manipulate it. So if you look at the CV structure over here, it should all be exactly straight up and down. I think. Well, maybe not, but that's okay. It's tangent, so that's good. All right, so if you do want to make it curvature though, here's one thing you can do. Actually, you know what? I would actually prefer to keep it that way, but let's say you have to have a curvature. Here's, yeah, let me actually show that. Okay, so I'm just going to, first of all, delete the construction history like this. And let's check the continue over here. Because of this, I'm pretty sure it's never going to be curvature because I split essentially the cylinder in half. Well, let me just show you quickly. Okay, so I do need to, however, project this one to cut it off. So I do need that back. So let's go ahead and I'm going to extend this one over here and I'm going to extend that one over here, and let's just go ahead and project like this. And I'm going to go ahead and trim divide all of these surfaces over here like that. And because I don't want to do double work, I'm going to split this, but let's do it a little bit later. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is let's create a curve, grid snap it like this, and I'll just move it up, offset it maybe 5 mils that way, and I'm going to do the same thing, 5 mils the other way. Oops. Now I just got two curves over here. Okay, so let's do it again. I'm going to offset it like that. So now let's just go ahead and grab all these. And I'm going to project like that. And now let's go ahead and trim. Oh, actually, I don't need the center. I don't know why I projected that one, but let's get rid of that. So I'm going to trim over here. Say keep, 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 keep. And now I'm just going to grab all these. Let's hide the curves. Actually, you know what? Let's create a new layer. Okay, so that's good. And all you have to do is just freeform blend between these, and that's all you need. So I'm just going to do a freeform blend between this one, and this one. You can try freeform blend. I don't know if it's going to be positioned over here. Oh, you know what? Maybe it is. Okay, so now let's go ahead and check the continue, make sure that this is positional. So it's, of course, because it's a freeform blend, it's going to be curvature over here and here, and it is positional. Now it is going to be tangent because, well, basically I'm carrying that highlight through, or the feature line, so that's good. So now you don't actually need this to be in several pieces. So what you can do is, first of all, delete the construction history over here, untrim, delete all these COSs. I'm going to extend that one. And if you want, you can always split it in half and just duplicate it over. So I'm just going to strike a curve like this, project over here, trim all these, get rid of wide. Oh, okay. So get rid of that. Duplicate this onto the other side, and that's done. Of course, you can plug in the holes. So if you want to do that, let's see. I'm just going to use a planer. That's plugged in. That's plugged in, and if you want to put a fillet here, then you can do that too. So surface fillet is going to be chord. It's going to be G2. Maybe something a little bit small. Form factor of 1. You can plug it in here. And plug this one here. And that's all done. Let me just turn the grid off, and the reflection looks good. Nice highlight. I think that's a pretty good build over here. And if you look at this one over here, if check the continuity, it is positional. So I mean, I'm using a tolerance of 0.01 as my maximum positional discontinuity. So as you can see, that looks pretty good. So yeah, it's ready to go. All right, so that is how to make this shape. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time. Want to learn more? Then become a member at 3ddesignacademy.com, where you will find hundreds of video tutorials ranging from basics, including card creations, intermediate level tutorials such as this wheel, all the way to Class A modeling of the entire car exterior. Interested? Visit 3ddesignacademy.com.